Stop doing the same 10 things manually every single day. Your Samsung device can do those for you automatically. This week, I'm chatting about Samsung's modes and routines. So let's dive right in. How do tech lovers, entrepreneurs, and busy freelancers stay productive without drowning in bad tech, apps, or chaos? That's the question, and this YouTube channel will give you the answers. My name is Nick, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick Russell, and this is Let's Chat Tech with Nick. Now, recently on Threads, a good friend of mine, Tech Kitchen, he posted about an underutilized Samsung feature. And the first thing that came to mind was modes and routines. And after I left the comment, somebody was talking about how they are far better at this stuff than I am, and asked what my favorite modes and routines were. So I figured, why not make a long form video about that and talk about some of the modes and routines that I have set up right now. So with that said, let's dive right in. So what is a mode and routine? Now, what that is your Samsung device has a if then that scenario. So if this trigger happens, then this will happen following that. So if an NFC tag is tapped, this will happen. If this notification comes in, this will happen, and so on and so forth. There are tons and tons of different scenarios and ways to use that. But for me, I have a few that I use all the time. The first one is I want to talk about is doing the laundry. Now, we all hate doing the laundry. And what's worse, when I live in an apartment, I only have one washer and one dryer for 6 units. So if someone's doing the wash, I get stuck waiting behind them. Even worse, if they're using the dryer, I put my clothes in the wash and they sit there and leave it there for 4 hours. And I'm sitting there waiting to get my damp clothes into the dryer. Now, I don't want to be that person. So what I did was I put an NFC tag for my washer and an NFC tag for the dryer. And what happens is once I tap that tag for the wash, it'll automatically set a timer for 32 minutes. Next up, when I'm doing the drying, I throw everything in the dryer, I tap the next tag, and that gives it a 62-minute timer. So I can come back up, get some work done at the desk, and once the alarm goes off, I know to go down, flip it over, or bring the clothes in the dryer up to fold. Now, the next thing is controlling smart lights. Now, I'm a huge sport fan. I love my Habs. In fact, as I'm filming this, the Habs start their regular season tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's also playoff baseball, and I'm a huge Tiger fan, although it's not looking so good right now. By the time this is posted, Tigers might be out. I also love watching all hockey, like the Montreal Victoires, however you want to pronounce that, Team Canada. And when I get into my quote-unquote man cave, I have a routine where I tap an NFC tag for the different sports teams that I love. So for example, for the Habs, my lights in my man cave turn red and blue. For the Tigers, they turn orange. When I'm watching the Lions on a Sunday, my lights turn blue. The other really cool thing is I set up a routine when the Montreal Canadiens app notifies me that the Canadiens score. I have a routine where it takes one of the light bulbs in my smart light setup. It'll blink red, turn it off, blink red, turn off. So it's not perfect, but it's like a goal light. So when the Habs score, it blinks on and off red, notifying me that the Habs score. And it does that a few times, and then it goes back to red to watch the game. Now, the other really cool feature, it's a little more advanced, and that's notifying me when my battery is at below 25% or when my phone is fully charged. So while I'm at the desk and if my phone is on the MagSafe charger and I don't want it to overheat, I'll let it charge for a while and it'll actually announce out loud my phone is at 100%. Or if I'm out and about and I've been busy, I am in meetings all day, working at a coffee shop, and I haven't charged my phone at all, and if I was using it a lot, it might get a little low. So I have a routine where when my battery gets below 25%, it'll let me know, excuse me, your phone is below 25%. So I know if I'm out and about, I have my Ugreen power bank, I could plug it in or plug it into a wall wherever I am, so my phone never dies. Now, those are just a couple of the routines that I have and I use all the time, but there are countless different routines you can use. And if you're unsure of what routine you want to try, you can actually go into your settings, into modes or routines, and you can actually discover different ones that are pre-made for you. Right off the hop, you have a whole handful of different modes that you can pick from that are already preset, from a sleep time mode, in a theater, so it'll shut your notifications off, driving, exercising, so on and so forth. But if you tap on the Discover tab, there is a whole handful of different routines that are already pre-made for you. So you can have a look and use one of those, or have a look at one of those and say, okay, flex mode. If you have a foldable phone like I do, there's one where it turns your phone to automatically rotate or whatever the case may be. Or you have battery saving at night. You can see how these are set up and get better ideas for things that you want to do with your device or your smart home setup. So that's it. It was a quick little video. I wanted to talk about modes and routines because I got the inspiration from a comment on Tech Kitchen's Threads post, and I thought, I'll share what I love about modes and routines with you. And with that, I want to know if you use Samsung modes and routines, what are your favorite routines? Let me know in the comments below. And with that said, if you liked the video, feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.